Hey guys, it's Krista Tyus here, and in today's video, I want to walk you through on how you can work smarter and not harder. Okay, so we're going to talk about how you can actually make, $9,000 plus per month and only service 6 to 7 actual bookkeeping accounting clients. So welcome if you are new to me. My name is Krista. I am an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service, and I also have a program called Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand, where I actually teach you how to leverage social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google, how to use social media to attract your ideal clients, get your ideal people on the phone, and how to actually utilize a proven sales script to close them as a client and onboard them. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link below. But in today's video, I really want to talk about really focusing your efforts on more higher ticket clients. Right. Obviously, when you look at the proportion of the small businesses in the United States, 85+% of them make under 6 figures a year. So a lot of your clients are going to be, anywhere between $500 and maybe $1,500 per month if you're selling bookkeeping services, if you're selling some sort of AR, AP, payroll. Even if you're incorporating some sort of CFO services, you are going to be anywhere between $500 and maybe $2,500 per month, which is still a healthy way to build a multiple 6-figure business. What I want to talk about is really focusing your efforts on a higher ticket client where you're charging them a higher amount of money and you only need a handful of them to actually hit your income goal. So obviously this is the ideal way if you're just starting out your business, or if you really want to get to your income goal faster, or if you want to quit your 9-to-5 a lot sooner. You really want to focus on clients that has the ability, the capacity, and the need to pay you $1,500 plus per month, and allow you to only onboard 6 to 7 of those clients so you can make $10,000 plus per month. Okay, and only spend about, on average, anywhere between 40 and 80 hours a month actually servicing those 6 clients. So here's how I want to walk you through that strategy, right? And this is what I call my whale hunting strategy. The great thing about actually whale hunting, and I'm definitely not advocating real whale hunting here, this is just an analogy. The thing about actually whale hunting is when you go for the big fish, right? When you go for the big kahuna, you're actually going to attract all of those other smaller fish, right? You're naturally going to attract the clients that make under $500,000 or $1 million in revenue when you actually focus your marketing efforts on attracting higher paying clients, or attracting clients that actually make over $1 million in revenue. And the way to do that is to, one, really understand what do these people care about, right? What are the unique problems and pains that these people are going through, and what are the unique solutions that they need to implement in order to get the result that they want, right? If you can focus your efforts on understanding those 3 pillars, you will have no doubt in attracting, or no really resistance in attracting these higher paying clients, right? So the problem is a lot of you guys go for the low hanging fruit, right? Which is clients that are just starting their business. They aren't even incorporated yet. They barely have their business bank account opened. And those can be and are great clients to work with, right? Those are going to probably be the majority of the clients that you work with are probably going to make under 6 figures a year, or between $1,000 and $500,000. The problem with that is you do have a finite amount of money that you can charge these people, simply because they don't have the resources available to pay you an adequate monthly retainer or monthly fee for your services. You still can build a healthy 6-figure on it, but you're going to be focused more on quantity over quality, right? So now we're just reversing the scales, and we're going to focus on quality over quantity, but really make sure that our marketing efforts are much more leveraged, because like I said, once you focus in on attracting those big kahunas, the multi-million dollar companies, the people that typically on average make at least over $500,000 a year, you're going to naturally attract everybody else, right, with your marketing efforts. So I created a unique strategy called whale hunting, right? And this is where we actually look at the unique problems and goals and desires of our niche clients. So one, it all starts with your niche. You have to have a niche that you're going to go after. So I have clients that are in the trucking industry, are in e-commerce, are in real estate, work with chiropractors. It doesn't matter typically what niche you go after. The key here that I want you to tune into is that you have to have a niche that you're going to go after, right? That's the only way that you're going to really be able to geek out on that niche and really understand what are all of the tax reduction strategies, what are all of the legal tax loopholes that they can take advantage of, what are all of the accounting strategies that your people can take advantage of that's going to give them the biggest result, that's going to allow them to pay the least amount of taxes, that's going to allow them to structure their business in a way that's going to help them expand and reach their goals a lot quicker. Okay, so once you do that, then you can move into the actual pains and problems. Now, what a lot of people typically do when they first get into, selling bookkeeping or tax services is that they talk about newbie problems, right? They talk about problems that people just starting their business have. They talk about, getting their bookkeeping set up. They talk about, QuickBooks versus Zero. They talk about, how to incorporate your business, right? And by talking about these things that newbies typically deal with, their problems that newbies typically deal with, you're going to attract more newer type companies that are just forming, companies that have been in business for less than 1 to 3 years or 1 to 5 years, right? So you really have to shift the types of things that you actually speak about if you're trying to attract a higher level client, right? If you're trying to attract the type of client that's going to afford and have no problem paying you $1,500, $2,500, $3,500 per month, you need to actually understand the unique problems that these types of clients have. You need to understand the unique situations that these types of clients are in. And when you do that, you're going to be able to speak their language, right? You're going to start talking about higher level issues that these people can actually resonate with, right? So instead of talking about incorporations and getting, and the differences between QuickBooks and Zero, right? These people, if they're seasoned, if they're making over $1 million in revenue, over $5 million in revenue, they're worried about typically 5 key things, right? They're worried about increasing revenue, right? Most major companies, their primary objective is how can we make more money, right? So you need to understand what are the unique characteristics on how they make money and how they can make more money, right? The second strategy that big whales typically focus on is improving efficiency, right? So now it's more so about, do we have the right processes and systems in place that's going to allow us to make the most amount of money, that's going to allow us to work smarter and not harder. The third thing that big companies care about is cutting expenses. So really understanding where is the fat at and cutting it, right? Understanding how they can maximize, understanding alternatives to the things that they're purchasing, the things that they're doing, and knowing how to strategically place those alternatives in place so that they can save the most amount of money. The fourth thing that big whales care about is increasing stock value, right? So how can we strategically increase the stock value of the company? What strategies do we need to put in place to actually do that? That's going to actually bring forth that value higher. And the fifth one is regulatory compliance. So a lot of these businesses, they do have, outside entities to deal with, government entities. If they are privately held or publicly held, they still have a higher level of regulatory compliance that if they don't abide by, the penalties and interest is astronomical. So you need to understand these 5 things that bigger companies actually care about, right? Increasing revenue, improving efficiency, cutting expenses, increasing stock value, and regulatory compliance, right? So you have to start talking about what companies that typically make over $5 million in revenue are talking about. What are their problems? What are they complaining about? What keeps them up at night? Once you understand that, you can strategically find these people, place content in front of them that's going to attract them to you. And when you get on the phone with them, most importantly, you're actually going to be able to resonate with them at a much higher capacity because you can speak their language. You understand their business. You understand their pains, their problems. And most importantly, you're going to be able to position yourself as a person that's going to be able to take them from where they are today way to where they want to be with their business, right? So I want you guys to focus on whale hunting, right? Attracting these bigger clients that make over, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 or $5 million per year in revenue. And by doing so, not only will you be able to capture 5 to 6 clients that have no problem paying you $1,500 minimum per month for services, but you're also going to attract all of the little fish too. You're going to attract all of the companies that make 6 figures, that are just starting their business because they aspire to be a whale, right? They aspire to be a big corporation, a big company, or to have that increased revenue capacity. Now, what I find is that there are typically some resistance with clients with this strategy. They're like, Krista, but I'm not a CPA. I don't have a degree. I don't have enough experience. I don't all of this, limiting beliefs about themselves come into play for most people, right? They feel they aren't qualified to work with a company that makes over $1 million in revenue or $5 million in revenue. Let me just tell you, people are people, right? And as long as you know how to solve somebody's problem, you can forget about everything else. As long as you know how to identify their problem, adequately provide the solution to them, and get the work done, you're golden, right? So we just focus on that. We focus on making you the expert in this niche, making you the expert at the strategies that you need to be an expert in order for your people to get a result. All of that other stuff you don't have to worry about. You don't have to be an EA, a CPA. You don't even have to have a degree in order to provide services at a higher capacity, right? You just need to understand what these companies are going through, what are the best strategies to implement so they can get the best result, pay the least amount of taxes, and grow their business at the end of the day at the most efficient, in the most efficient way, at the most efficient process, right? So if you need help with this, what I want to do is actually invite you to work with me. So right now, I have a 6-figure in 6-month mastermind program. This is only for people that are ready, willing, and able to put forth the time, energy, and resources to deploy in order to attract higher paying clients that can afford to pay you $1,500 minimum per month, and you are excited about making $10,000 minimum per month. You need to make at least 6 figures in your life in order to live the type of lifestyle that you want, and even that's not enough, right? This is for the person that's motivated. So it doesn't matter if you're still working your 9-to-5 job or if you have already been in business. If you want that stabilizer in income, for instance, if you just focused on tax revenue for the past couple of years and that's been your primary source of revenue, this is for you. This is for the person who wants that consistent stabilizer of income coming in. I tell my clients over the phone now, taxes and bookkeeping is like peanut butter and jelly, right? They just go together. Like, I would implore all of you, if you're just thinking about starting a tax business, to also think about also offering some sort of bookkeeping, accounting services, because it's going to act as that stabilizer for you in your business. That's going to allow you to give you more financial capacity, more financial resources to invest not only in your business but in yourself as well. So if you can take that extra money and invest in real estate or invest in stocks or bonds or just build up a nice retirement for yourself, you want to have that extra income coming in, right? So this is also for you if you're already in bookkeeping and accounting, or if you're already a CPA or an accountant, or maybe you work your 9-to-5 or in government and you really want to replace your salary. This is the quickest way to do it, to focus on a higher paying client, to get a few of those people in the door that's going to be able to replace your salary or be able to replace your baseline resources that you need to live the lifestyle that you want. And then everything else after that is gravy, right? Your annual tax revenue is gravy. You know, any other clients that you get after this $10,000 per month is just extra income for you that you can deploy and utilize to continue to grow your business. So this is really exciting because this is a one-on-one capacity as of right now. I am taking on just a few. I'm only one person, but just a few people that are like, Krista, yes, this is for me. I want to make 6 figures. I want to work towards that goal over the next 6 months. You are the person that I feel can help me get there. I do want to focus more on higher level services where I'm charging $1,500 minimum per month. And I do want to crush it in this business, right? So if this is for you, I'm going to put the link below where you can actually book a strategy call with me. I'm going to just talk to make sure that this is right for you, if it makes sense, and go from there. All All right, guys, if you have any questions about my whale hunting strategy, about getting clients to pay you $1,500 per month or more, drop your questions below. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.